Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In Monster Strike, let's look at the latest Gozetsu quest for Complex. And this was a first for me. I actually beat this quest before M4 did it. Usually what happens is when there is a new high-level quest, M4, which is a group of 4 kind of the most famous YouTubers, they make a team, and then they do a live stream of their clear. Usually what I do is that I'll watch them, and then I'll wait until they get their clear, and then I'll attempt it myself, so I can get ideas for like teams or strategies. But this time I was so interested in getting the character of Complex that I just started from the beginning of the time, and I got the clear maybe like 2 minutes before M4 did, so that was pretty funny. Unfortunately, I did not get the 10 luck of Complex, so I'm not able to do the review yet, and there's none of them in my friends list. But at the end of this video, I'll do a short talk about the character, and then later when I get the 10 luck, maybe I'll do a review then. But gimmicks here are blocks and mines, and then there's a new gimmick here, these power-up panels. And then, as we can see, as we step on them, they will upgrade. And then there are like 3 levels. The bright red that we see here, that's the top level. And then if we get all of the blocks to that bright red, they will lock there. And then they'll give all of our characters attack up. And then we can start doing real damage to the enemies. To talk about my team, first is a drop monster. This is Okita from the Gintama collaboration, and yes, I did recommend him, but I didn't think he was going to be this good right here. But yeah, he turned out to be great. Next up is Kiyomasa, who I always thought was strong, but she never really had a place to shine. So it was very cool to see her here. Both of these characters, Okita and Kiyomasa, are bounce. The third is Cherry Winger. She's a Pierce. And then she also has Flight instead of Minesweeper. So she doesn't get the bonus from the mines, but her attack is so high that she can still do good damage, especially with her strike shot. And then my friend is another Pierce character. This is Haitoku Pistols, still one of my most wanted characters. But they have an 8-turn strike shot where they get a speed and power up, just like Kiyomasa here. Although it seems like the multiplier on Kiyomasa's strike shot is much higher than Haitoku Pistols. So Kiyomasa's probably the best character for this quest. And then I think anytime you take down anyone with a skull mark, they will delay everybody else. And then there are lots of enemies that are pairs with each other, and they will revive each other, like those plant things in the upper right. But if we take down one, it will delay the other, in addition to everybody else. And then that'll give us like another turn to take down the other one, and then end that resurrection loop. But one thing I think you really want to do once you enter a new stage is to look at the attack up panels. Look at where they are, how many there are, and like what levels they start in. Because it'll always be the same. And then if you really look at how they are placed, you know, and like what levels they are, they're actually set up kind of generously so that it's easy to activate them all. So for here, for example, we just have to hit that middle panel once, and then the bottom panel twice, and then that will lock all of the panels in the attack up, and then we can do damage on whomever. Here, for example, if we come from the bottom, just hit that bottom panel twice, come up, hit the last panel once, and that's an easy shot as well. Or if we're coming from the upper right, we can go through like a diagonal, hit the center panel once, hit the bottom left panel twice, and then, yeah, get the attack up. And then here too, if all of our guys are on the left-ish side of the screen, like mine are here, it's real easy to hit that leftmost panel twice and then get the attack up. If I had some guys on the right side of the screen, I really don't want to mess up the other panels that are already bright red. So it might be a good idea just to eat a turn, and then just do like a left and right, you know, above those panels, and then wait for a later character who has a better shot. Because in the default position, I'll say this again, but they're set up so that it's not too difficult to get the right shot. But if you start messing up with the other panels, and then they're like stuck in like weird levels, it can be very difficult to recover from that, and it can take a few turns. So here we see 3 panels. They are all one step away from max. So if we have like a character that can, you know, hit the 3 bouncing off the walls, that's an easy shot to make. And then I saw that as a chance to use a Haitoku pistol strike shot in order to get the multiplier. And then here with Okita, we have kind of a weird position. Ideally, when we want to start out either above or below the 3 panels. But since we're in the middle, I'm going to try to do a shot where I exit, and then I come back, and then I hit the 3 panels, and that worked out, so that's an option. But we take down all the little guys, and then the boss will summon some other guys, and then we can start doing damage on the boss. So here I'm also looking for an angle where I can hit the 3 panels. It's better to do like a side to side, but I was hoping here for some kind of like miracle up and down shot. Didn't work. So now the panels are kind of like messed up, and then I have the one that is on level 1 while the others are on 3. Alright, so I messed it up there again. So yeah, you can see how this is like I'm messing things up and I'm losing turns because I'm not following kind of the prescribed way that the blocks are set up. This might be more doable though. I have to hit 2 of the panels once each. Okay, so I managed to do that with Okita, and then we'll take down that pair on the lower left, so that was good. Okita has a strike shot where he fires a bazooka. I would recommend to never use that because strike shots in this quest where you do not move are not going to work. You got to hit those panels. Okay, there we got that with Kiyomasa. I think, no, not quite enough to take down the other guy. But we have another easy shot set up with Cherry Winger, so that is fine. And then I find the turn counts fairly generous as well. So like, yeah, even though we took a few turns to take down the little guys, still we have 7 turns until the boss's ultimate attack, so we're doing okay. As for the difficulty of this quest, I would say maybe it's more difficult than either Paradox or Moral. It's not as difficult as the first wave of Gozetsu. So here that's a pretty easy shot. Just hit the 1 panel once and then, yeah, do damage to the boss. The ideal situation is to get all of the panels in 1 turn and then do the damage. I guess the second most ideal situation would be to set it up so that all of the panels are bright red except for 1. And then the next turn you can just hit that 1 panel and then start doing damage from there. Okay, so here I'm hoping to do some damage. That did not work. We did end up with the lower right hand panel bright red though, so we can just hit the other panel twice, and then I think we can take down those plant guys in the center there. Alright. Okay, so here are the Enfields. They are a revival pair. But again, if we take down one, it will delay the other and give us a little bit of leeway to take them down the next turn. And I think I enjoy playing this quest. It's one of the more fun Gozetsu, I would say. One thing I like about it is that even though there are not a lot of fire characters with the Minesweeper null block, this quest will let you use either bounce or pierce. And then it kind of depends on your style, like how you like to play. I like to use bounce characters, so it's fun to be able to use them in here. Okay, lucky bounce there. We're able to take down the pair of guys. That will delay the boss, and then, yeah, just do damage to the boss. Alright, so that's the second most ideal situation, where we have just the one block where we hit once, and then we can do some damage on the boss. That did not work out. Okay, but again, we got the lower right-hand block bright red, so just concentrate on that upper left-hand block, and we'll be okay. One interesting thing, though, is that when you get all of the blocks upgraded, all of your characters get the attack up. So maybe later, if there's a character with a command strike shot good for here, that'll be really strong in here. Or if there's some kind of bump combo, which, you know, suddenly becomes good in here, that could also be pretty powerful. Okay, so here, this is the first and only stage with 4 blocks. But really there's only 3, if you think about it, because the one in the center there starts out as level 2. So you basically just want to ignore that block. You don't want to hit it. So you're just trying to hit the other 3. One angle you can take, if you are like where Haitoko Pistols is here, you can go to the left, hit that block on the right. Go right, kind of go under that center block, hit the one on the right, and then come down and hit the block on the bottom. You might have to hit the left wall again and then come down and hit that bottom block, but yeah, I don't think it's too difficult a shot. Okay, but there I was able to sort of stumble my way into getting those 2 center blocks, one position away from full. So with Kiyomasa, we can use her strike shot, and then set off all the blocks, and then take down all of the little guys there. Okay, before the boss was inaccessible, but yeah, now she comes out, so we can do damage to her as we do damage to the little guys. And then here I'm going to try out that shot that I just mentioned. So we'll come left, just graze that middle one, but yeah, my angle was off, so... next up is Haitoko Pistols. Yeah, all of my blocks are kind of messed up, so I don't really know what to do here. But that was lucky. I was able to get them all red, except for the one on the far left. And then with Okita, let's come over, let's see if we can hit that block. Not quite. But at least we won't mess up the other blocks, so that will set up my Kiyomasa really well. She just has to hit that left block once, and then we are in business. And let's hopefully take down some of the little guys. Okay, perfect. The mines really help you with damage, so definitely Minesweepers are going to be ideal. More than flight characters. Alright, here let's try a big kind of a looping angle. That will work, but we're only going to get one hit on the boss. So that was only kind of sort of successful. Here we'll do kind of a backwards looping. Or maybe not. Yeah, I was kind of wondering if I was starting out on top of that center block, so I didn't want to waste the strike shot. Turns out that that was the right decision. But here again, we have that second most desirable setup. Just hit the one block once, and then we can go after the boss. And great damage there. Okay, here we'll just graze the bottom of that left block, come down, hit the other 2. Perfect. And there goes the boss. Alright. And then 2 minutes later, M4 got the clear. Okay, so that was complex, and not too bad. Although the fact that I wasn't able to get 10 drops during that 2-hour period kind of goes to show that it is kind of difficult after all. Okay, next let's look at the character, which I'm very excited about. Complex, I am going to kind of put her on a tier with Eden, Magmel, and Shurengata as the best Max Lux in the game. And what they all have in common is that they are Pierce with a double null, and then a bump combo, which kind of does some blast bump type stuff. Eden and then Magmel are pretty straightforward. You just hit them and then you get the bump combos out. Shurengata is more complicated. She has the bomb throw, which does good damage on itself. It's kind of hard to aim, but if you can hit your teammates, their bump combos will come out as well. So yeah, that's why I can put them in a kind of a same area as Eden or Magmel. And then Complex here, she has a new bump combo. It is the wall bomb. What that is, it kind of works like a dunk laser. The direction that you hit her, the bomb will fly out until it hits a wall, and then it will explode. It'll do about 150,000 damage, which is pretty good, and then it will also set up bump combos in that area. And then the area is pretty big. It's not big enough that you can, reach across the screen. It's very limited towards being close to the walls, but you can aim it. It does take a little bit of thought. You have to hit the guy in a certain angle to get it out, so it's not as easy to use as Magmel or Eden. But yeah, I would say maybe it's comparable to Shurengata as far as like a go anywhere blast bump combo Max Luck, which is very much the reason why I'm interested in making this Max Luck. As for null abilities, she has a triple null ability, null block, flight, and then the null speed down wall. So we'll see how much that null speed down wall comes into play later, but this could be a really solid triple null. And then Strike Shot, she has it's basically a tackle strike shot, but after she tackles the character, the real damage comes from lasers, which all of your teammates fire into where Complex hit. And then, depending on how many of your teammates you hit before you hit your final target on the enemy, the lasers will get fatter and then do more damage. So it can be difficult to use like Valkyrie's Strike Shot, but it does so much damage even if you don't hit any of your teammates that I wouldn't worry too much about trying to maximize the damage from there. But yeah, Complex looks like a very good character, and then a semi-doable quest. So I do look forward to making the max luck of her. And hopefully the next time she comes around I can get the 10 luck and then do a proper review video. Okay, so I recommend going after her, and we'll see you again. Take care.